Alright, we're going live. Okay, I think we're live. Hey, what is up, guys? Before I just even start anything, I did see the potential trade, so I'm gonna jump into the my MetaTrader. I do see the swing potential on this trade, so just bear with me a second. You can just observe on this one. So I need to analyze. It just happened to be happen at the same time, so I need to reanalyze this because. If I'm gonna wait for the next let's say half an hour, this opportunity might be gone. So I need to reanalyze again because on the US dollar Canada there is a good potential for the swing trading. So let me just reanalyze where the price is. I didn't have time. So this is a US dollar Canada. So, and if you want, you can follow me. I do swing and day trade opportunity, day trading, both of them. I don't normally share the swing trading as much as the day trading, but well, it's like a bit of a bonus, let's say that way. And there is also another opportunity for the swing trading. I think it was British pounds against US dollar, but this one is looks like it's going to be setting up in a bit. So the price came down at here at 41.15. So this one I already tested. Okay, 40. Okay, that will be about 40 pips. Stop loss on that one. Let's see how it's in here. 100. So on this one, yeah, this one is about 40 pips stop loss, and for the potential, I'm gonna run it to at 145. So this one been tested. And 44.80. Let's see what we got on our weekly time frames. Okay, so we're gonna run it to actually 40. Okay, I see two potential targets on this one. So the first one's gonna be at 44, about 44.40, and we're gonna enter it. It needs to come down another couple of pips. Before I get on to, let me just put the, I can't put the limit order because it's way too close for the price, so I'm going to put this little marker, so if it, just in case if it comes up for this hour, then I'll be getting on to the trade. So we will be looking 40 pips stop loss, so 41.40 as of the entry, 40 pips stop loss, 41.14, we're going to run it to 40, what was that, 43, 44 or 40. So we're looking odds 300 pips and only risking about 40 pips. So this is swing trades again. I want to mention this is swing trade. It just happened to be that just before I went live, I was looking for this this currency and was like, okay, this is the opportunity. I've been waiting for this US dollar Canada to set up for the good, I don't know, good week now. So this is the finally setting up. There's another option if the price comes down, so there's going to be another option if it's going to set up down here. But for now, we're going to have okay, this one doesn't look like it's going to come down. So this is more like a sit and wait. So let's jump. Let me just set up the trades just in case. I think I'm going to go for the shorts, small unit first before so it needs to come down a bit more as of the spread goes. Let's see, so 4100, that will be my stop loss. So we're gonna wait and see how it's gonna do. And let's jump into the MetaTrader 4. And what did I say? The currencies I'm going to analyze. Let me just drop that one in there for you guys. So I'm going to start with a euro against Australian dollar, followed by the British pounds against US dollar, euro against US dollar, and lastly supposed to be a US dollar against Canadian dollar. But as we can see, it just didn't want to wait. So I don't want to miss that opportunity if the market presents that opportunity, if the price comes down in that area. So I'm going to be analyzing a bit later on, a bit more into details and why I think why I'm waiting for that trade to take. And for now, let's start with the euro against Aussie. Euro against Aussie. Let's see what EURAUD. Oops. Oh no, this is on a CFD. I don't see anything as a forex. Okay, euro against Aussie. So let's see, we don't monthly time frame, we want to start with the daily time frames. And we're gonna start with that one here. Okay, so euro against Aussie dollar. And on this one, I took actually a trade on this, which I'm going to discuss again a bit later on. So let's just analyze from the daily time frame and see what's going on in here. So we can see that day before, the price came up and tested these highs here, and then we had this reaction towards downside, and now the price came down for another test of this low. If you were with me, I did mention it on the, I think 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, that the price was probably going to come up to test these highs before it continues to go down at the very minimum down to these lows, and potentially to break this low because it's been tested already. This is another, so this is second test is coming down, so there's a good chance the price is going to break it. So that's what we're going to wait for the price to do. And for now, if we go to the shorter time frames, let's go to the 4-hourly time frames. So on the 4-hourly time frames, it's a similar picture really, and I did take a trade yesterday on this one, and I'm gonna go through with that trade. I don't remember if I mentioned that on yesterday's live daily analysis. I think I did. Can be wrong because it's so many currencies you look at it, you do sometimes forget which ones. I think I did mention it on the euro against Australian dollar, if I did analyze. So the 2 days ago, I believe I did this currency. Oops. So the 2 days ago, I gone to the first unit up to these highs here, and then I think 2 days ago, yesterday. So the price came down nicely. My target was down to I think it was down to here. So I was hoping it's gonna do it on the first try, but we can see that it did not do. Then price retraced, and I put actually a second unit in here because the price moved so much in here. It did allow me to move my stops to in a profit position, and I think the profit position was down here, so about about 40 pips in profit. And when the price retraced, I put a second unit in this area. However, the price, my stops were quite tight, so I got nicked, and the price went further up than I expected. So it went further up. There is another, I believe there is another high somewhere at this, somewhere about here, and the price went to up to that high. So I still made money of it, but not as much as I was expecting. And also today we already had this move. The price went up to this one. It's actually set it up twice today, but unfortunately I was asleep, so I did miss out on the trade. However, there is a potential for another if the price does the honor and retraces a bit more up. So in this case, we would be looking for the retracements. So price is currently sitting at 170.44, and we want a retracement to about, we got these highs here and we got these lows here, so that should be a good area to target. 170.60 zone, roughly about 170.60 zone. We got a lot of price action going on in here. I mean, open and closes. So we got this candle, we got this low as well as I believe it was this high here, and also we got this low. So it's a decent enough for the price to find a resistance, and ideally won't break it, and it shouldn't go that far. So if the price continues to go up to maybe these highs, then I will be, because we have these highs here, as we can see, we have these highs here and also this high here, but if it comes up that high, it would already regain all this this candle. If it's going to be bigger than this candle, then I will not be interested for the for the short side play. But as of now, we want the price to retrace, as I said, 170.60. So about 20 pips, 20 pips, 20 pips, not poops. So 20 pips retracement, and then we will be looking to short the trade. And as of the targets goes, let's have a look at the 4-hour time frames. See what we have in here. So as of the, I think we need to target the daily time frames. So that was my initial target, which the price did came down, but I was already got stopped out. Still made the money, but it's not as good. So let's go to the daily time frames, and we're gonna target the daily time frames in here. Oh, I did mention, forgot to mention one thing actually, because on the daily time frames, because the next target is going to be down to this low here. We can see this low here, which is at 68, roughly about 68.20 zone. However, I did mention, forgot to mention one thing. I do want to see. Let's see, because I was looking at this currency earlier, and I did. I noted in my head that I want to see that one back. I don't know what it was. I think as far as that goes, right? Okay, there. As far as it was, I think it was. So the price came down and it hasn't taken out. So I want to see the first one to the price taking out this low here. As we can see, it hasn't done it yet. So make sure before the price does it, I want to see this low again taken out before I get onto the short side. So I want to see this one out, and then price probably gonna retrace up maybe in the next 2 hours or so, depending on the volatility and all that. Also, one more thing, there is a news out today at 8:15, which is in about 3 minutes, and we got one at 8:30. I think it's the flash PMIs, if I'm not mistaken. It does not generally create too much volatility, but there's something to keep in mind. So I might have a move down, maybe taking out this low here. Oops, this is my drawing. So taking out this low, and then ideally make its way up slowly. And I don't want to see any dojis or anything, any weird candles in here. So ideally it does that. So let's see what's going to happen in the next 15 to 20 minutes, and see how the market's going to react on the news. So we're going to see that, but we're going to wait for this taking out these lows in here before we get onto the short side. So make sure you're going to wait for that before jumping into the short side, because this is a 4-hourly candle now, and it won't close for another 3 hours and 45 minutes. So it's quite a long time for the price to do pretty much whatever it wants, really. So make sure it's going to get taken out. So this was the euro against Aussie. Let's jump into the British pounds against US dollar and see GBP. And yeah, all of the entries and exits are pretty much the same. Oh, did I mention the? I didn't mention the stop losses, did I? I didn't mention the stop losses. Let's just discuss the stop losses. That's important. Let's jump into. So if the price comes up, yeah, I didn't mention the stop losses. I can't remember. So as we said, 170.60. So the price comes up here. We would be looking for the stop loss. So 20, 25. Yeah, 25 pips would definitely do. I don't really need more than that. So if the price comes up already up here and it gets stopped out, so that will be already these highs here, then the move after that, if we get stopped out, the move after that would be wait how the candle is going to close, and then reanalyze and see if it's a potential to get onto the short side or not. But that's for later on. So we don't really have much movements on the 8:15 news unless it's not out yet. 25 pip stop loss, and for the target is way too far away. So the target is which one was it? 68. Was 68.20? So 68. Yeah, about 68.20. So we get on to 70.60. So the target is way far away. So this is potential for the semi-swing, really. Because I don't think the price is gonna make its way down to this low for in a day, unless something's gonna affect the markets. So it's more like a semi-swing in a way. So the risk reward is very good. So if I calculate the risk reward, that would be like so it was a 70 62 with the 200. So you're looking like nearly 1 to, was it 1 to 8, give or take, probably more than that. So the risk reward is pretty good. So let's jump into the GBPUSD. British pounds against US dollar, or is as always referred a cable. I just don't use that term because there might be the new traders, they might just not understand. I remember first time when I heard the cable, it was like, what the heck is the cable? Like, what they mean by the cable? So then I had to look up on Google. So then I know that it was the British pounds against the US dollar, but it's very frequently referred as cable. So British pounds, USD. So starting with the daily time frames, for this one, it's going pretty nicely. So it's, I think on this one I also missed one trade as well today because of the I was asleep. It's funny thing when the good opportunities comes in when you're doing either something else, when you're not watching the charts, or you're doing or you're sleeping. So, but there are plenty of opportunities apart from that. But sometimes you had this few trades you've been waiting for. This one as well, I've been waiting for the swing trading opportunities, and I think one setup I already missed. So it's been it's looking like it's going to set up on a second time, so hopefully it's going to set up. And as of the first, so I'm expecting for this one to go down. As of the first target, I will be looking to down to this 122, well, 122.30 zone. And for the swing, I'm not sure it's a swing or I think it was a day trade. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frames and see what we have at the 4-hourly time frames. So the price came up here. I think that was the opportunity I missed because it tested these highs and then now it has this aggressive reaction towards downside. Of course, this 4-hourly time frame is not closed yet, but the way it looks like that it doesn't look that strong. So do expect for this one to go even further down. This is more like going for the bearish flag. It's going down nicely, so I do want to get onto the short side. Okay, so let's see. So the price already came up here and tested these highs. Also, we got these highs here. Oops. Okay, these highs here. So it's been tested, these two highs, and now we need to go to the 1-hourly time frame and see what it's doing on the 1-hourly time frames. I think that's more for the okay, the price is coming down nicely. It did, yeah, I did miss that one as a swing trading. So let's see what it's gonna do on. Certainly, we're gonna wait for this hour. Let's see how far the price gonna get. There's a potential the price gonna find the supports down to this level. Also, we got this low and we got also these highs here. So there's there's enough evidence that the price might find the supports, and that will be our bait, so to speak. So that's where we're gonna wait and hope that the price gonna have a reaction on this. So this area, the one I already highlighted. So that area is roughly at where the price is pretty much currently is at the moment. So 23, around 23.30, where the price is currently at the moment. But the one thing is we need to wait for this candle to close. So another 40 minutes, so give it another 40 minutes before the candle is closed. It's coming down nicely, so it does looking strong. So I do believe that it's going to start, gonna have a follow through down to maybe that's the area I mentioned earlier. I'm going to go back to that again. But we need to wait for this one and to close, and then we're going to look for the retracement. The one thing depends how far this candle is going to go. So if it's going to come down all the way and it's closed nice and strong, then for the retracement, let's see what is the retracement. So if it comes down to here, which is at 23.25, 28, no, that's too close. That's too close. So we will be looking about 123.35. 123.35. That's good. It's justifiable for to take a trade. So we got these highs in here. But again, I do want to empathize on that. Wait for the candle to close. Wait for this 1-hourly candle to close. So another 40 minutes. So just sit on that trade and sit on that, the British pounds against US dollar, and wait what the when the candle is going to close, and hopefully it will retrace. Of course, it sometimes it might not even retrace and continue to just leave you out of it. It happens to everyone. You can't get every trade, so there's no reason to. I know a lot of new traders, they beat themselves up. It's like, oh, I should have get onto that trade, and yeah, it might make you feel better on this particular occasion, and you might even make money. But you need to always look for the bigger picture. If you do it in here and you do it on every single trade that happens, then on like next 50 or 100 trades, it's most likely not going to work out for you unless you have this specific strategy which is designed around that. Then that's a different story. But if you just jumping in on the trades because the price is moving in a certain direction, then it's going to come and bite you, so to speak. So make sure you either have a strategy that's based on that particular like breakout or whatever that is, then it's fine. But if you not, just don't jump into because the price is moving nicely in one direction, because this is forex and unpredictable, so the price can change. Right, okay, now let's go to the stop losses. So let's go to the stop losses. So if the price comes up at 123.35, we would be looking as of this stop loss 45, probably gonna be about 15 pips would be enough. 123.50, so about 15 pips would be enough. If you want to give it maybe 2 extra pips, you can, maybe 15 to 17 or 18 pips. We're gonna, let me get rid of this one. Oops, that's wrong. So when the price, you're gonna position your stop loss up to these highs. So that's more than enough. And if the price continues that far, then we're gonna wait and reanalyze for this one. But as of now, the my view is on that one. So 15 to 18 pips stop loss, and as I mentioned, the target. So the entry is 123.35, and as of the targets, I believe it was on the daily time frames. Yes. So as of the target, it's going to be down to 122. I believe it was 30, 122, 30 or 25, 122, 25 or 30 zone. So the risk reward again is pretty good. We're only taking like 15 or 18 pip stop loss. Risk rewards works out as more than 1 to 5 risk reward, which is awesome. Right, for the next currency, we got Euro against the USD. Now let's check out Euro against USD. See what we have. I think Euro dollar has a nice moves. I was watching it earlier. It has a nice moves, but because I was on the so we had this wedge. It's broken. No, I can't really say it's broken yet. This is on a daily time frame, so I can't really say broken yet because we can see that the kind of price kind of closed just below about this trend line here, and now of course this is today's daily candle, and which is not closed yet, so we can't really say if it comes up and closes up here, then it's not really broken. So it's not broken yet until it is for the next day. We're gonna see it's gonna be on the next day if we're gonna this trend line is broken. So now the price came down on this oops, what is that? Okay, I accidentally changed to the wrong one. So the price came down on this support, so it's nice support in here. So it's been tested. So this one is already tested in here. Now it came down for another test. So there's a good chance that it's gonna break it. There's definitely a good chance. I'm definitely gonna take a trade if it gives me an opportunity. So we're gonna drill down to the short time frame for that one. And let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. So I do need a retracement before I get on to the trades. I always take the trades on the retracement because that gives me a very good risk reward. I know some people take it on the breakouts. Yes, you can do that, but my strategy is not really designed around breakouts. So I personally, it's just my personal preference. So I do like on the pullbacks because one of the reasons is gives me a very good risk reward, and the other is I can use my stop loss tighter rather than if you just jump into the breakouts. So it's really a personal preference, really. I do sometimes, rarely on the breakouts, but I need to see a very strong volatility, something like we've seen on that last, I think 4 weeks ago, when that coronavirus started unfold all over the news and all that. So something like that, then I would I just jump into the trade if I see a good strong volatility. But other than that, I do a pullback. I'll get onto the pullbacks. So on this case, so we got 4-hour time frames. So the price is coming down nicely. This is on the same wedges on the daily time frame. So just let's ignore. So the price came up. Okay, so it did already one move up here because the price already came up. We see that little wick here. So the price came up and tested these lows and highs. So that was someone who got into that trade. I do think that when the price came up to this high, there's a lot of orders towards short side came in, so that's why it has this reaction. Now it's going nicely. So we're gonna wait for because we already missed that opportunity. We want to wait for another retracement. So the question is where that retracement gonna be. So let's have a look at the 1-hour time frame and see what we have on the 1-hour time frame. So we need a nice, okay, on the 1-hour time frame it's going pretty well. It does looking nice and strong, so I do like that that look. So on this one, because we don't have, so price is sitting at the moment at 107.90 zone. So let's see, so this is 107.90, 108.05. That looks like a good, let me see what we have it in here. If there's anything we can couple up with that makes it even stronger. So we got also these highs. Okay, we got these highs, so that's a decent. We got also these spikes, so that's a good. So it's the same area as, so that high is the one I just mentioned. It's the same area as these lows here, 108.05. So that will be our, so these lows here. So that's pretty strong. So that will be our entry, so to speak. So it only needs to retrace 15 pips, so it's not that far away. Just mind that the euro dollar does move much slower compared to most of the currencies out there. So keep that in mind. Ideally, I want to wait and see how this candle is going to close. So this 1-hour candle, I do want to see a close of this candle, and if it closes something like this one, that is pretty good. Then I hope it will retrace. It will have a retracement towards this side, which is at 108.05. Then that's where we're gonna get onto the short side. But ideally, I want to see a nice close. I don't want to see something like this. So if, let's say the price is like this, and if it comes up and closes like this one in the next half an hour, it still has half an hour. If it closes like this, then I will not be interested on this trade. So that's why I want to wait and see how this candle is going to close. So the euro news, okay, we got another news out in 1 minute. So let's see how it's going to react on that news. So it's going to be out in 1 minute. I don't think it's going to create too much volatility on this, but you never know. So again, if it is a doji, then I won't be interested. If it closes something like doji, this candle, so this hourly candle, and if it closes something like, let's say something like this, then yeah, excuse my drawing, it looks like more like an ice cream rather than a candle. So if it closes something like this, it's still alright, as long as it's a bit more than half a full candle, then I will be happy with that to take a trade towards short side. But if it comes up as hammer or doji, then I won't be interested in that trade. So our entry is 108.05. The stop loss, let's see the stop loss. We would be looking probably 25 pip stop loss we need on this one. Yeah, 25 pip stop loss we're gonna need on this trade. So 25 pip stop loss, because we want to place the stops just above, somewhere about here. And if the, let me just see again, so 05, 20, yeah, so 30 will be 25. Yeah, 25 pip stop loss. Definitely we need 25 because we want to position our stop loss somewhere up here. I know we got this high here, but if the price comes up that high, then again I'm not interested in the trade. As simple as that. So 25 pip stop loss. The entry is at 108.05, and as of the targets goes, let's check out the 4-hour time frame, see what we have in there, and if it's not much, then we're gonna head to the daily time frame for the targets. I do use either daily time frame or the 4-hour. Generally, I use 4-hour time frame on the day trading, day trade setups. Can be 1-hourly sometimes, and so more normally it's 4-hourly. Daily and 1-hourly sometimes, and very rarely I use a weekly time frame. Very rarely on the day trade setups. But sometimes there have been a few cases where you see a lot of volatility. Then you might want to look at the higher time frames, because if the prices shows so much strength, then is a good chance that if it's, let's say it's a 4-hourly low or high, it doesn't matter. Depending which trade you want. Let's say if it's a 4-hourly low and your target is on there, but the price is showing so much strength, then it's most likely going to break that low. And if you don't have much on the daily time frame, then you might want to position your target on the weekly time frame. But it's not very, it doesn't happen very often. So again, so for the targets we would be looking, so this is 4-hourly time frame, definitely not this one. So we would be at the very minimum, so 0727. You can take this one, 0730. Yeah, 0730 is justifiable targets. So we can, it's down to these lows, so it's this area. 07, was it 20 or 30? 20. Okay, so we get on to 0805. So then, so it's about 80 pip targets with a 25 pip stop loss. It's more than 1 to 3 risk reward, so it's definitely justifiable. However, if you want to hold this trade, let's have a look at the daily time frame, see what we have it in there. So this area is at 0725 or 30. Let's see on the daily time frame, see what we have it in there. Might be better. And also, I'm going to share something a bit later on. So this area, once it breaks, actually, you know what? On this one, because if the price breaks this area, there's a most likely the price going to come down to these lows down here. So I'm going to hold that position to that lows. So let me just have a look at the good closer look. I don't like when the candles do these things. So we have this candle here, they're not aligned together. We can see like this one. That's because I'm pretty sure that was the weekend, so it gapped, and that's why it has this this sort of candle. So I don't like it's a bit complicated. Some people might target this zone, some people may be targeting higher. So let's, on this case, let's target on this one. Let's be a bit more, slightly safer way, because it's gonna meet our good risk reward requirements, so that's fine. As a good, I mean, so 107.05, so that will be our target for this trade. And we got 100 pips gain with 25 pips stop loss, so we're looking at 1 to 4 risk reward. So I'm going to be holding down to these daily lows down here. So I think it's a pretty decent decent target, and if the price breaks these lows, it's definitely gonna most likely, not definitely, it's not definite in the markets, they're most likely gonna go down to this this low here. So 25 pip stop loss, 100 pip profit, and we are getting on at 108.05. Let's jump into the next one, which is US dollar against Canada. So I was discussing that one earlier. Is the CADs. So we got USDCAD. Actually, how long have we been going to this one? 33 minutes. That's pretty good. So about 6 people watching. That's good. Don't be shy. You can say hello. And if you got any questions, like you can just ask me. I will be more keen to answer that. So, any trading related questions, you can just pop it in the chat. I know there's a few people asking about where can we ask the questions. So, if you want to interact with me on live, then the live trading is the best way. So, if you like ask the questions on the chat, I do check them generally after I analyze currencies or somewhere in between, and I can answer them quicker rather than if you just put it comments on the trade on the video, then it might take some time. So it depends if you're interested in a particular currency, let's say waiting for this one but you're not sure, then it will be probably one of the best ways to ask the question on the live trading rather than if you put a comment. It might take me like a couple of hours before I answer it, so that the trading opportunity might be gone. So let's jump into the USDCAD. Oops, I didn't move that one. Okay. So US dollar Canada. So we can see the price came up, tested these highs. I do believe it did not taken out. No, it has not taken out the. We got these spikes by these two spikes, but the price has not taken out that high. So the price came up and tested these highs, and then we had this down candle yesterday, and now the price is kind of messing around. It doesn't really do much, but we need to check that on a 4-hourly time frame and then a 1-hourly time frame. Okay, so on the 4-hourly time frame, just getting to it. So on the 4-hourly time frame, the price we had this kind of sort of hammer, it's developing the hammer candle. So the price came down here, tested this this zone here on the 4-hourly time frame. So it's a decent support down here. So it has a reaction. Probably lots of the targets were down to this area. So when it's been taken off these targets or even stop losses, then that's why it has this reaction. It's pretty decently quick reaction, and now it's coming up. However, it's 141.68. Oh, I was looking for the entry at, which one was it? Ooh, it's just left me out, so that's sad. So I was waiting for the price to retrace at 141.40, but it left me out for another 30 pips now. So we're gonna see the only problem with this one, if this one comes down to this zone where I wanted to originally get on, it's gonna leave this big wick, which I would not be as happy as if you would have done it already. So I need to probably reassess on this trade and reanalyze and see if it's going to be another opportunity. Might need to probably check the 4-hourly time frames. Not on this one, but might need to reanalyze again and see what's going on. So as of now, so we got 4-hourly time frame. As I said, the price came down, tested these lows and highs. There's a lot of price action going on in here, and we had this nice reaction towards upside. So let's go to the let me have a look at it properly. So this is going. Okay, I do want to see most likely break of these low before I get onto the short side. Let's go to the 1-hourly time frame and see what we have it in there. Let's see what we have it on the 1-hourly time frame. Okay, so we got this 1-hourly time frame. Okay, so the price came up to these. Okay, so the price came up to these highs here. Did taken out. No, it hasn't taken out these highs, so this high has not been taken out yet. But normally I would have gone to this high here as of the short side, but the way the candles look like at the moment, I do want to wait a bit more, and I do want to see a break of these lows. 41.20, that's quite far away. Yeah, I do want to see the strength. Either this candle is going to close something like doji, then that will be good as of this candle. So it's still got about 20 minutes. So if this candle closes something like doji or inverted hammer, let's say, then I would be looking for the short side play. But if it closes something like which one should I? So if it comes up more and closes strongly like this, let's say without leaving much of a wick, then I would not be looking for the short side on this one. And certainly if it starts breaking these highs, then actually I'm going to switch to the long side play rather than a short side. So this is a bit more waiting game in here in terms of because the price can really go either up or down in this case, and it's not very clear where the price wants to go as of the day trades are concerned. This one looks more like it wants to go down, but rather wait a bit more before before I commit to the trade towards short side. So I do want to wait. So the price tested this. It's the same one as the 4-hourly time frame. So price tested that, and I do want to see a strong move towards downside, or hopefully this candle is going to close as doji or inverted hammer. Then we would be looking. So let's say it closes down to here, then as of the because the price has not taken out this high here, there might be a lot of orders, there might be a lot of stop losses here, or a lot of orders just above this high here. So price might gravitate towards the orders. So because obviously we can't see that, but generally when it's a high or a low, there's a lot of orders. There might be a lot of scalpers there as well as day traders. So that's the reason why I want to wait. It will be a bit yeah, this is more like a waiting game in here. Sit and wait. Also there is a news out today on the US as well as British pounds. Let me just go to yeah, let me just refresh that. So we got a lot of news out. So this is a forexfactory.com. Any of you, if you don't know, it's pretty famous. I mean, a lot of traders use the Forex Factory for the news, and if there's any significant news that are out today, they all use that. So in case you didn't know, I also got the links in the description, so you can just get onto and check if you want to check the news. So on this particular occasion, so we got the euro out already, nothing significant. We got this one, this is not much. So we got the British pound news out on the flash manufacturing and flash services. I don't think that's going to create too much volatility. However, we got 130, we got US unemployment claims. So that does generally create some volatility, and sometimes it can can move quite a lot. So keep that in mind if you're taking a trade. As well as we got this flash manufacturing PMI on 245. This is all UK times, so you can just go and like readjust your time wherever on the world you are. So keep that in mind. That oops, what is that? Okay, so keep that in mind that don't take anything. Don't take a trade if you're like a couple of minutes before the this news is out, especially if you have a tight stop loss. If you have like 15 pip stop loss, I'll recommend not to do that. But if it's a swing trading, then it's a different story, because swing trades has a very wider stop losses compared to the day trades. So as of the news, on this particular occasion, I can't really it's more like a wait and see on the US dollar against Canadian dollar. On this case, as of the short-term trend, I'm more like looking for the downside, but I did mention as of the bigger trend, as of the swing ones, then I'm looking for the long side plays as of the swing trades are concerned. So definitely on the long sides, because the price where I'm waiting, so price might. Okay, price tested this already, so there's a good chance the price might want to come down down to here, maybe 140. 140 was it 140.30 might come down here, but because it's too far away, it's still gonna be depends how the candles. I also pay attention how the candles look like. I think that's a very very important. You need to look how the candles, and over the time, once you've been trading for like a couple of years, then you're gonna develop that it's kind of second nature when you look at the candles, and without even using any indicators, you can look at the price and analyze. So it's going to be ingrained into your head or into your brain. So it will be like a kind of second nature. When I look at the EURAUD, you can see the potentials without me even looking at the indicators. I do use indicators sometimes, but purely I pay for the attention for the price action, because that's number one indicator. For now, this is wait and see game, so I can't really say the entries and stop losses on this one. There will be bits or a lot of, it won't be as accurate. Okay, we can see that the price is now wants to go higher, and we've got 15 minutes before this candle is closed. And also, if the other thing I want to mention, that if the price is going to start breaking these highs, they're probably going to look for the retracement towards upside, and that will be might be even my swing trades. More of a day trades rather than swing trades, but sometimes you take the trade which is supposed to be a day trades, but then I do leave some of them, or you can take half off and let the other half run. So they do set up sometimes good opportunities like this, so you can use the day trade stop loss with a swing trade target, which works out a very good risk reward on that. Good morning, Frederick. So I'm now new to the channel from about 1 week ago, so good advice you give us. Thanks for that. Do you have a message group like Telegram to share your trades during the day? Thank you for the comment. I do not have a Telegram yet. However, I'm gonna create that in the future. I can't really say, because I'm really busy right now, so I'm doing a lot of YouTube, so a lot of my time goes on the YouTube, so it takes up a lot of my energy and time. And also I do the some other platforms as of the Instagram and the Twitter as well. So but I do, yeah, I was looking at this actually a week ago already, that to create the Telegram. I know a lot of people use the Telegram, so I will be definitely creating one. And yeah, I will let you know, guys, that when I create my Telegram account, then that's where my the trades gonna go, so you can go and see my my trades as well. So that's a bit more into future, probably another week or two, see how it's gonna go with my time and everything. But yeah, definitely I'm gonna be looking at the Telegram for the next week or two, maybe even earlier. So let's I want to concentrate or more onto the YouTube. It does take a lot of my time to create the content, and editing and all that does take quite a lot of time. So I hope that answered the question. Should I try to do it? So I don't see any more questions, so I'm gonna be signing out. Let me check one more. Check one more trade. So I already analyzed the 4 currencies. I think it was US dollar, Japanese yen. Let me see US dollar, Japanese yen. If there's anything interesting going on USD JPY side, and then okay, it's pretty much the similar situation as the USDCAD, I believe. Yeah, pretty much similar. Let me see a daily time frame on here, and okay, nothing much on this one yet. Okay, so that will be it, guys, for now. I'm gonna sign out. So it's been going on nearly 50 minutes, and thank you guys for watching. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that like. It really helps me to produce even better content, and it does work as a motivation to do even better videos for you guys. And also, if you're new to this channel, I'm making this live daily forex analysis Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. So every Monday to Friday, I'm at 8 a.m. I'm in the live trading. And if you want me to ask any questions or any particular currencies you want me to analyze, you can just let me know on that live chat. And however, if I'm out, then you can just leave it in the comments. I do take care of my subscribers, so I do answer every comments for now. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. UK time. So have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.